Welcome to Syberia. We are going to start a new game. It will also call whatever that means. Validolin. The world capital of mechanical toys. Let yourself be transported by the magnificent landscapes around a Valladolid, a small, charming town tucked away in the Alps, and by Vorarlberg Manufacturing, whose exceptional savoir-faire in the specialized world of luxury mechanical toys and automatons is at the root of Valladolid's reputation around the world. For 800 years, the Vorarlberg family has passed its knowledge from generation to generation, perfecting the art of that particular branch of clock making that breathes life into the complex network of cogs and spindles that make up automatons. Its creative wonders once defied belief and drew the admiration of young and old alike. People would come from across Europe for a chance to vie for the right to own one of these fantastic toys. Unequaled savoir-faire, at the heart of a mechanical automaton is its motor. A series of spindles are set in motion to music via a set of cogs. Attached to the spindles are cams that are shaped in the image of the music. In turn, they command a series of rods, which control the gestures of the toy at their tips. Automaton construction takes place in 3 stages: modeling, mechanics, and casing. The process requires the participation of 20 different specialized trades. In its heyday, the Vorarlberg factory employed over 100 craftsmen, mechanics, watchmakers, sculptors, tailors, and dressmakers. Working in separate workshops, Vorarlberg automatons all have 2 distinguishing features in common: their high-precision mechanisms and the characteristic Vorarlberg wind-up key. Devising and assembling each model is a meticulous process. Standard toys are constructed from local wood, while the most sophisticated ones use more precious resources such as ebony imported from Madagascar. Despite competition from Asia, the Vorarlbergs never gave in to the temptation to produce electrical robots and choose to continue their exploration of the mysteries of perpetual mechanical motion. Unequaled savior fare. The Warburgs have come a long way from their simple, jointed puppets of yesteryear. Today, their creations are so lifelike, one has the impression that they can think for themselves. The first sons of puppet manufacture in Valladolid go back to XIIIth century. While there was maybe no definite puppet industry at the time, Hermann Warburg's renown was recognized even in the court of the emperor. The artisan H. Warburg and his servant presenting his puppets to the emperor. It was not until the XVIIth century that Charles Warburg founded the Warburg Mechanical Toy and Puppet Factory, and industrial activity in the valley really took off. The reputation of Valladolid and its famous toys then just kept growing and growing. Charles Warburg was one of his creations. A large part of production was devoted to producing theatrical puppets at the time. The turn of the 20th century was Valladolid's golden age as expressed in the factory's impressive architecture and the main house of the town. The Warburg reputation crossed the oceans, dispatching its fine precision mechanisms across the globe to delighted buyers who began to believe the Warburg automatons had a life of their own. Rudolf Warburg managed the business during the glory years of the Warburg factory. Since the end of the Second World War, the destiny of the factory has been in the hands of Rudolf's daughter, Anna Warburg, the last and sole descendant of the prestigious line of craftsmen. This inspiring figure negotiated the business through the end of the war. She breathed new life into production by creating works of art to appeal to experts and enthusiasts alike. Warburg automatons became rare collector's items with high innovative mechanisms of unequaled ingenious even to this day.
I need a key.
Okay, I'm coming.
Hi there. Hey, hi there. What are you doing? Can I see?
No, too difficult. Momo's work very difficult.
So, your name's Momo. I'm Kate.
Momo do like Hans. He draw.
Hans?
Don't disturb Momo. Momo work difficult.
Will you show me your drawing?
No, not finished. Go away.
I guess I'll let you continue working. Hi there.
Hello there, ma'am.
I would like a room. My company should have made a reservation in the name of Walker. The company is Marson and Lormont Associates. The name is Kate Walker.
Of course, Miss Walker. You are in room 6 on the next floor up.
Thank you. I would like to see my room now.
As you like, miss.
I really don't have the strength to take this suitcase any further. I wonder who can help me. Hi there.
Hello there, ma'am.
Could you possibly take my luggage up, please?
Please do excuse me, Miss Walker. We have been neglecting our duties. Guests are so rare these days that we forget our manners. So you're the American woman? Is it true what people say, that you've come to buy the factory?
Not factory. Anna's house. Hans' house.
Excuse me?
Would you quiet down, you mischievous little boy? I imagine our little town must disappoint you. You see, today is very sad for us. It's a day of mourning. Today is the funeral of Miss Anna.
Momo sad, but Hans not dead. Hans long way away. Anna told Momo. Anna liked Momo very much.
That's enough, Momo. Stop pestering the lady. Now go on, scram. Get out of here, you hear? What was I saying? Oh, yes, Miss Anna. Such a great loss for Valet de Laine, it really is. Because now that she's dead, the factory will close. But you're here to stop that happening, aren't you? Our future is in your hands, Miss Walker.
What? Anna Vorarlberg is dead?
Here's your room. I hope you like it, Miss Walker. I'll leave you to rest for the time being. You must have a lot of work to do. You know, the takeover of the factory is very good news for us here. It would make us very happy to see life return to our valley. If only you had seen Valet de Laine before. It was delightful. People came from all over the world to buy Vorarlberg automatons. Ah, somebody has left you some mail, I see. Remember, if you need anything at all, we're not far away, Miss Walker.
I don't need that for the time being.
Facts. Facts to Kate Walker from Edward Marson. Marson and Lormont Associates, Law Practice, 51 West 50th Street, New York. Dear Kate, our client, the Universal Toy Company, is more than eager to see conclusions from the talks with Vorarlberg Manufacturing, with view to a takeover in the days to come, and we have received notification to this effect. We are counting on your undoubted qualities as a business lawyer to bring negotiations with Madame Anna Vorarlberg, the current owner, to a close. Allow me to remind you that the Universal Toy Company is a multinational which has a monopoly on the toy market. It is a Class A priority client who is also presenting Madame Vorarlberg with the golden opportunity to sell her factory. You should remind her of this fact in case she starts having last-minute second thoughts before signing the purchase agreement. I am under no doubt that you will live up to the great expectations I have in you. Edward Marson.
I should tell Marson about the death of Miss Vorarlberg. I hope this isn't going to get too complicated. I can't see myself staying here too long.
Marson and Lormont, how can I help you?
Can you put me through to Mr. Marson, please? It's Kate Walker.
Hold the line, please.
Hello, Kate. So tell me, how's the case going?
I've just got to Valladolid, and there's a slight problem, Mr. Marson, I'm afraid. Mrs. Vorarlberg is dead.
Ah, that's most unfortunate. But I seem to remember we made provisions for just such a sad eventuality, and we know that there was no heir.
Yes, that's right, but...
So where's the problem, Kate? Contact the notary right away. I'll get my secretary to fax you his address and an introduction letter from the firm.
Very good, Mr. Marson.
Right, I gotta go, Kate. Keep me up to date, okay?
I just... I'm back again.
Miss Walker?
A fax didn't arrive for me, did it?
Maybe. I thought I heard the phone ring.
Do you think you might want to go and check?
Certainly, ma'am. Immediately.
Thank you very much.
Dear Maitre Allfalter, as you are no doubt aware, our practice is charged with undertaking negotiations for the takeover of the Vorarlberg manufacturing by our client, the Universal Toy Company. It is with great sadness that we learn of the recent death of the manager and owner of the factory, Madame Vorarlberg, with whom negotiations had started. We are under no doubt that Madame Vorarlberg left you instructions before her death, enabling this sale to be concluded. We should remind you of the significant boost the arrival of the American multinational would bring to the economy of your region. It is for this reason that I am sure you will give our representative, Miss Kate Walker, a warm welcome. Yours faithfully, Edward Marson.
Thank you.
At your service.
I think I'm going to need your help again.
Are you leaving already, Miss Walker? Should we bring down your luggage?
No, I'm not leaving yet. It's just that...
We would love to help, but just think what would happen if the telephone rang or if a fax arrived. Or if a customer came through the door. We don't have 5 minutes rest here. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay, no biggie. The young boy who was here earlier talked about, Hans. Who is Hans?
Momo was talking about Hans Vorarlberg, Anna's younger brother. But he died a long time ago. Nobody here even met him.
Who is the boy who was drawing here earlier? Is he your son?
Heaven forbid! No, not at all. He's not a bad boy, no. Momo is just a little simple, that's all.
What is his connection with Anna Vorarlberg?
Momo is what you'd call the village idiot, and Anna took him under her wing. He must have reminded her of her younger brother, no doubt. And birds of a feather stick together, don't they?
You're implying that Anna Vorarlberg was a little bit slow as well?
Heaven forbid! No, not at all. She was a real loner. She kept to herself, that's all.
I just love all these little mechanical robots. I've noticed there are tons of them here in Valadilen.
Be careful what you say. Vorarlberg automatons are not robots. If you want people to like you here, never ever pronounce the word robot.
Okay. What is the difference between an automaton and a robot, then?
Well, to tell you the truth, no one really knows.
Did you know Anna Vorarlberg yourself?
Oh, why, of course I did. I mean, well, not really. She was a very great lady. We loved her very much. May she rest in peace.
I'm gonna go look around Valadilen. See you later.
As you like, miss.
No need to go down there. Good morning.
Good morning. What a pleasure to meet such a lovely young lady honoring our aging streets. Please sit yourself down next to me so we can enjoy the air together.
It would be a pleasure, but I'm afraid I don't have the time. Some other time, maybe.
I hope so, miss. I remember when these streets were full of vibrant life. In those days, there was a charming encounter to be had round every corner. Our good little town of Valadilen is not what it used to be.
It looks like things have changed a bit around here.
Our children have all left the valley. They need to earn a living, don't they? Can't really blame them. You have to move with the times, don't you? And it's not at the Vorarlberg factory that they'll find jobs. Being excluded from the world is not an easy burden to bear, believe you me, miss.
But it's such a pretty little village.
I can tell you're not from these parts. I hope you enjoy the pleasures that we still have to offer. Good day to you.
No need to go down there. No need to go down there. Good morning. Are you open? Can I buy something from your bakery?
No, afraid not. Not possible. We're closed.
I can wait a while.
You can wait, but we're closed all day. Day of mourning.
I'm sorry. Please accept my condolences.
Don't worry about it. Because of Madame Vorarlberg's death, all the shops are closed. Mayor's decision. Try tomorrow.
Tomorrow I won't be here. That's a pity. This thing's jammed. If that's going to work, it looks like something's missing. I should talk to the notary first. Hello, sir.
Miss Walker, I presume. Have you had a good journey?
Everything went very smoothly. Thank you.
Do take a seat, Miss Walker, please.
I imagine you are aware of the business that brings me here.
Of course, I was waiting for you.
I am the legal representative for the Universal Toy Company. I'm responsible for...
So I understood, Miss Walker.
At the tavern, I met a young boy by the name of Momo. I was informed that he is mentally disabled. Whatever his condition, he told me about a man called Hans. He's apparently Madame Vorarlberg's brother. Moreover, it appears that Hans is not actually dead. What do you think of that?
Let us take one thing at a time, Miss Walker. You will receive all the information you need in due course, you can be sure of that.
Have you ever met Hans Vorarlberg, Anna's brother?
I have a few vague memories of him, that is all. I was very young at the time. Very young. If you don't mind, can we come back to that later?
That is a magnificent automaton you have at your entrance.
I'm very proud of it. And since my health problems, it has become absolutely indispensable for me. Yes, indispensable. It was Anna Vorarlberg who had the idea. She provided many houses with this kind of machinery.
You don't find it suspicious that Madame Vorarlberg left us so suddenly?
Her death took us by surprise. She still seemed to have so much life left in her.
I would have loved to have met her.
Anna Vorarlberg was not only one of my most faithful clients, she was also a very dear friend.
I am the legal representative for the Universal...
So I am... Miss Walker, I am afraid that the sale of the Vorarlberg factory is not as straightforward as it first seemed.
Whoa there. Everything was agreed. We'd obtained Anna Vorarlberg's consent, and her death does absolutely nothing to invalidate that. Now, I have to be back in New York the day after tomorrow, Metro Alphoter. My client and I are impatient to seal this deal.
I understand only too well, Miss Walker. There is an heir, Miss Walker.
Excuse me? An heir? But Madame Vorarlberg never married, as far as I know. And in my last conversation with her, she absolutely never mentioned this detail.
Miss Walker, believe me, I was more surprised than you are. Anna Vorarlberg sent me a letter 2 days before she died. Understand, Miss Walker, that had I known about this earlier, I would have informed you. I shall read you the document in my possession. I am so very old. It seems that today life is slipping away from me more quickly than I imagined, and I fear that I will not be of this world to sign the takeover contract for my dear factory. So I must make this confession to you now. My brother Hans is still alive. It would not surprise me if you find this difficult to believe, but it is indeed the truth. You must remember his death, his funeral too, even though you were very young at the time. It was but a sordid charade dreamt up by our father. To him, the very idea that his only son should wish to leave Baladillen and abandon the family business was unbearable. When Hans left, he preferred to think him dead and make everybody else believe this too. He obliged me to bear this terrible secret as well. I repeat that Hans is still alive. So when I die, it is he who becomes the sole and rightful heir of our factory.
Okay, I see. If Hans Vorarlberg is not dead after all, then I just have to sign the contracts with him. I suppose you've already contacted him? Where can I reach him?
The second half of the letter informs us that Hans Vorarlberg is somewhere in Syberia. I will leave the document in your hands to read at your leisure.
Throughout the years, I have been able to follow his meandering life as he sporadically sent me news. On occasions, he would write me letters, but they were rare, as my brother, since his unfortunate accident, has maintained a phobia for the written word. However, he has sent me several plans of automatons that I eagerly had made up at the factory, and I admit that they have largely contributed to the success of World creations. Hans has always had a marvelous gift of breathing life into objects through clever combinations of cogwheels and springs. My little brother is a genius in the true sense of the word. Let us return to the matter in hand. Rest assured of my personal convictions that my brother will not object in the slightest to the sale of the factory. If I have already passed away when you come to read this letter, it is to him that the matter should be addressed. I received his last letter 6 months ago, posted from the north of Syberia. I regret to say that I have received no more recent news. I am aware of the difficult situation in which my confession and lack of further details leave you, but I wish to die with a clear conscience. I would be grateful, dear Maitre Allfalter, if you could inform the American law firm with whom I have been dealing of these developments. I have grown so old, so tired. With all my respect and final greetings, Anna Vorarlberg.
Anna Vorarlberg had no further information to add?
Unfortunately not, Miss Walker. I have told you as much as I know. The situation, in legal terms, is now clear. If you want to conclude this sale, you have to find Hans Vorarlberg. Apparently, there is a body lying in the town cemetery. There also seems to be some ghost wandering around Syberia. It seems you have your work cut out for you. Believe me, Miss Walker, when I say that I am most sorry for this regrettable setback. Most sorry.
Great. What now, then?
Perhaps you will find out more in the Vorarlberg factory archives. You will find the key in the waiting room. My role in this affair finishes here with the reading of this letter. And now, if you'll excuse me, I must rest. You see, my health is not excellent at the moment, and my doctor forbids me from working for too long. I will not detain you for any longer, Miss Walker. Do not forget to close the door as you go out.
Goodbye, sir. No need to go down there.
Mourning the loss of the queen of our hearts, let us pay homage today to Anna Vorarlberg, who died peacefully yesterday at the age of 86. The great lady devoted her life to her business and our community. This formidable woman had an extraordinary energy, a force that allowed our automaton technology to develop and to make our valley continually proud. Her vitality was matched by her generosity and goodness, which has marked all of Valdolin's inhabitants. The mayor of our town has declared that the day would be a day of collective mourning in honor of Madame Vorarlberg. Her funeral will take place this morning at 10 a.m. in the parish church, officiated by the town's own priest. Editorial. Anna Vorarlberg's death marks the end of an era in Valdolin. Madame Vorarlberg was an outstanding woman who presided over Vorarlberg's manufacturing for more than 50 years. Her death seems to bring further loss in its wake, sounding the death knell of our automaton factory, the economic heart of our town. It is impossible to view her passing without concern for the future of our valley. In the last decade, computers, video games, and electronic robots have become predominant in our consumer society, rendering traditional clockwork mechanisms obsolete. The age of the wind-up toy is over. Such technology cannot compete in the modern economic climate and has fallen by the wayside. It would have been definitively consigned to oblivion if Vorarlberg manufacturing had not upheld ecology. The protest group Mountain Peace demonstrated yesterday upheld its renowned fair, helping Valdolin to remain economically active. However, today the industry has lost its spiritual force and the future looks bleak. Maybe the time has come to celebrate the prospective American takeover of the factory, but what will be the cost to the soul of Valdolin? Ecology. The protest group Mountain Peace demonstrated yesterday near the site of the new Espit Dam. They claim the construction of the dam has damaged the blue warbler's natural habitat. Intervention on the part of the forest ranger was necessary to disperse the demonstrators. Stiff joints, chronic hangovers, need a spring in your step. Look no further. Dr. Schweitzer, your pill elixir, one remedy for 1,000 woes.
No need to go down there.
No need to go down there.
Hello?
Kate?
Dan, I'm so pleased to hear your voice.
How are you, honey? Did you have a good journey? Have you settled in?
It was long, tiring, damp especially, but I'm okay. Especially when you...
Everything going as planned?
Yeah, I mean, well, not really. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. You know, everything's so different here.
Actually, while we're on the subject, I managed to free myself up some more lunchtime. I'll come and meet you at the airport. I hope the flight from Paris won't be delayed. We're expected at the Goldbergs about 8 o'clock. I hope you have the time to take a shower and change, my poor honey bun.
Dan, I don't think the Goldbergs tomorrow night is really on.
Don't worry, Kate. You'll be as perfect as ever. Anyway, you never have to wear much to look really great.
Dan, I'm going to have to extend my stay here. There's one or two complications. You understand?
Kate, honey, what are you talking about? It's only a measly toy factory.
The sale isn't going through as expected. I've got to stay a bit longer. Dan, you don't mind, do you?
But Katie, you can't do this to me. I mean, it's the Goldberg contract. There's millions of dollars on the line here.
I know, I'm sorry. You go ahead. Don't worry about me. I'll get back as soon as I can, I promise. Okay, I've got to go. I'll call you back soon. Love you, honey. I'm back again.
Miss Walker?
I'm going to have to extend my hotel reservation.
Stay as long as you need to. Really, it's no trouble. We're delighted to have a little bit of life at the inn. How many extra days will you be staying?
I really can't say. I'm just not used to this sort of situation. It's so unexpected. First the alive person dies, next the dead person comes alive.
It is indeed a very unusual situation. We have a cousin who has an inn in Bremen. He has problems with ghosts. Imagine, the ghost refuses to leave his room. The only way to move him was to give him a bed in the attic.
It seems that the ghost I'm looking for hangs out in Syberia.
Well, that is very unusual. Please, do stay in the room as long as you wish.
If only I had a wish. I think I'm going to need your help.
Are you leaving?
No, I'm not leaving yet. It's just that...
We would...
It's okay. No. Did you know Anna Vorarlberg?
Oh, why, of...
I'm going to go look around Valladolid.
As you like, man.
The church should be available now. Gate should be open. Yeah.
Hello.
Kate, so what's new?
We've got a problem, Mr. Marson.
What problem? Come on, Kate, don't beat around the bush.
There's maybe an heir.
What?
Hans, Anna Vorarlberg's brother. Looks like he's still alive. We can't buy the factory without his consent.
What? What is this? Where's this mystery brother come from? And more to the point, where is he? What did the notary say?
Nothing. I mean, nothing else. You know, sir, it's an odd town here. Everything's odd. The people, things. The situation's not straightforward. I have a small bit of research to do.
Listen to me, Kate. Universal Toys is one of our biggest clients, and I don't care how weird that town is. All that matters is that you do not set foot back in New York before you've tied up the deal. Get the picture?
Yes, Mr. Marson. You can count on me. Darn it! No point. It's locked. can't go that way. This thing's jammed. This thing's jammed. No point. It's locked. that's going to work. It looks like something's missing. No point. It's locked.
to my successor, the Valdem parish priest. The sanctity of confession is a sacred vow, so these revelations are the result of much soul-searching and reflection. One day in March 1938, Rudolf Vorarlberg knocked at my door. I was a young priest then and was overheard by the dominant personality of the town's most important figure. I remember it was raining that day, and beneath his dripping hair, Monsieur Warburg's face was the very expression of eternal pain itself. Through gritted teeth, his eyes swimming with grief, he announced that his son Hans had just died. He wanted me to come immediately to bless the body. I entered the dark drawing room at the family home. Hans' coffin was set in the middle, sealed shut. Monsieur Vorarlberg explained to me that he wanted no one to see the body of his son. Hans' badly mangled corpse had been discovered at the bottom of a precipice. It was presumed that he had slipped and fallen badly just by his 18 years of age. The young Vorarlberg did not have all his faculties. I believed him. I led the funeral and officiated the mass and burial. We buried Hans Vorarlberg with all the dignity and solemnity befitting such a tragedy. Life indeed hangs by a thread, and I would have surely forgotten this episode. Only several years later, after the father's death, Anna Vorarlberg had an accident at the factory and nearly died. Such a close call with death seemed to awaken her a need to confess. What I heard that day would haunt my dreams for thereafter. She told me that the body of her younger brother Hans was not at rest in the family tomb for the simple reason that he was still alive. I had blessed and sanctified an empty coffin. I had assisted and sanctioned a masquerade staged by Rudolf Vorarlberg himself to exercise the blind hatred he felt for his son. His son had left and he felt betrayed. A man who preferred to believe and make others believe his son was dead, rather than accept this truth, had shamefully deceived me. What kind of priest was I? And what kind of priest would I become? Our merciful Father alone will be my judge. It is my duty to inform you that one of your flock is still unaccounted for. I leave this terrible secret in your hands, to do with what you will. Leon Bonnard, priest.
No point. It's locked.
What's reading? The walkthrough?
Yeah, for help. This is a really old game.
Look, those others are doing graphics that matter.
I no longer need these punch cards.
Kills local figure. The Warburg family was struck by tragedy yesterday. Rudolf Warburg discovered the lifeless body of his son Hans at the bottom of a precipice. Loose rocks and poor visibility occasioned by the morning mist were probably the cause of the young man's fall. This is the theory put forward by the family. As there were no witnesses, Hans had just turned 18 years of age. 8 years ago, he suffered a similar serious accident from which he never fully recovered. The full use of his mental faculties, despite living almost as a recluse, he was still a well-known figure as the future of Vorarlberg manufacturing lay in his hands. We at the Val d'Alan Gazette wish to extend our deepest sympathy to his family and express our sincere condolences to Rudolf Vorarlberg and his daughter Anna, who today becomes the sole inheritor of the automaton factory.
Is this gonna bother you if I'm sitting here like this?
No.
I'm gonna pass out over there on the bed if I keep sleeping, let me keep sitting there.
If that's going to work, looks like something's missing.
Oh, snap, crack, pop.
Doesn't look like that works. I don't need to do that again.
got to swear. Okay. I, Anna Vorarlberg, swear to my brother Hans to never ever mention this to anyone.
It's right there! You see? But it's dark in there. Don't worry, I took a lantern. From the factory. Girls, honestly. You won't look so clever when Father notices you've stolen one of his lanterns. Oh, I'm all covered in mud because of you. Look, Anna. Look. I've seen paintings like this in a library book. They're like... You swore, Anna. It's a secret between you and me. Hey, look. There's something else up there. Oh, come on. It's like a toy. I have to have it. Give me some light. But Hans, it's much too high. Do be careful, Hans. Hans, be careful.
For weeks, my brother lay in a coma, hanging between life and death. And then one morning he opened his eyes, but I knew he would never be the same again. We never did return to the cave, and to this day, I have never ever betrayed our secret.
Madame Vorarlberg, Rue Grande, Val de Lin. Recovery of outstanding payments. Madam, you will have received several warnings from my office concerning penalty charges incurred on unpaid invoices from the company La Colombe. The total debt for which you are responsible currently stands at... Yikes. I strongly advise you to acquit yourself of this debt by sending the necessary funds to our payment center. In the absence of such a response on your part, I will be obliged to undertake legal proceedings against you to recover the outstanding funds. Yours faithfully, Blanchard Bailiff. Despite numerous follow-up letters on our part, we noticed that you still owe the sum of 80,210 francs corresponding to invoices dated January, February, and March 1998, including increments for late payment. We are asking you to resolve the situation by return of post. In case of non-payment, we will be obliged to suspend all supplies and refer the matter to the relevant legal authorities. We trust we shall hear from you soon. Yours faithfully, Monsieur Martineau, head of the I find myself under the obligation to undertake certain procedures against your company, a situation I find particularly painful, given the special relationship our bank has enjoyed with your company over the years. You yourself admit that for some time Vorarlberg Manufacturing has become a financial liability, and due to shareholder and partnership pressure, I am no longer able to underwrite your debts with the bank. I am sorry to say that we are obliged to comply with the economic imperatives of the era. It is for this reason that I beg you to accept the American investors' proposal. Such a takeover comes at a fortuitous moment, as it is the only way to swell your accounts and settle your debts. It will also enable Vorarlberg Manufacturing to stay afloat, streamline production, and modernize production techniques. You will thus be able to keep the Vorarlberg name alive, one that in its day was a guarantee of quality and savoir-faire. Please believe me, Anna, when I say that I offer this advice not just as a banker, but also as an old friend who desires nothing but good for you. I know that such a decision cannot be taken easily. You can truly hold your head up high, my dear Anna, and be proud of your achievements throughout the years. My deepest apologies for bearing such unpleasant news, and I remain at your entire disposal should you need me. Yours in dear friendship, Gustave Passieri.
Oh my gosh. Invoices, invoices, more invoices. I never knew the factory was in such a bad way financially. These last 2 years must have been very hard for Anna Vorarlberg.
Dear Hans, I know how much you dislike the written word, but I do not have the time to forge you a voice cylinder. I imagine that someone in your entourage will be kind enough to read these few lines to you. I received your latest set of plans. Your project is extraordinary. Your all-time masterpiece. Perhaps time seems to have had no effect on your genius. Quite the contrary. I am proud of you, my dear little brother. Sometimes I find it hard to believe that a century has gone by since the last time I saw you. It only seems like yesterday that you rushed away from Valladolid. We undertook production immediately, following your instructions to the letter. The locomotive was ready within a week, if only you could see it. But you will see it, that much I have promised you. It is magnificent. It seems impatient to set out on its maiden voyage. There is only Oscar left to build. I hope I will finish him soon, but as you can imagine, his mechanism is complex and takes a great deal of time and handiwork. Correct me if I am wrong, but I understand you wish me to bring you that cursed prehistoric doll, the very thought of which I wonder if it's still in the cave, and if it is, what state it is in. But what does 60 years matter, after all, to an object already several thousand years old? I am going to find it, Hans. I promise you. I have a bit of nasty flu at the moment, which is running me down a little. I should be better in a few days, though. The sale of the factory is taking shape. The lawyer from New York should be visiting, and we will be able to sign the contracts. Then I shall.
Doesn't look like that works. If that's going to work, it looks like something's missing.
Go out of here and go somewhere else. Gotta jump the gun. I want to go hungry. Let me guess. Locked? Yep.
The door's locked, but I've still got to get in there.
It's always not that easy. At least this ain't a horror game.
I need a key.
A key? I don't got a key.
The door's locked, but I've still got to get in there.
Oh god, it's a maze.
Good morning. You've got a magnificent garden here.
Oh, please don't talk about it. Since my gardener automaton broke down, there are weeds everywhere. You can't imagine how much work it takes me. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. We're not used to doing without our robot help here in Veladiland. But everybody says that we're going to have to get used to it.
No point. It's locked. No point. It's locked.
But I have a key. Does it work on this? Yay! Oh Lord. I have an ink bottle. Is that it? There has to be something over here.
Mammoth. You draw mammoth for Momo?
Momo, it's you. You scared me. What are you doing in here?
Momo want mammoth picture, like Hans' picture.
Sorry, I haven't got a picture of a mammoth with me.
Take paper and pencil and draw mammoth for Momo.
You don't give up easily, do you? You remember me, don't you? I'm Kate.
Draw mammoth for Momo, please.
You must find me a bit rude turning up places uninvited where nobody knows who I am. See, it's kind of my job, you know, to get involved. But don't mind me. Just carry on with what you're doing.
Momo not mind. Anna kind, never angry.
That's right. She won't be angry. Not now. You're a sweet kid, Momo, but I can't draw. Least of all, mammoths.
Draw mammoth easy. Hans draw mammoth. Anna draw mammoth. Kate too.
I mean, maybe I could do a quick squiggle of a box, say, that has a mammoth inside.
No, Momo want a real mammoth.
My goodness, you are one stubborn boy. There's something I'm looking for, but I don't quite know what. I need a clue, anything that might tell me where Hans is. You want to help me, don't you?
First, you draw mammoth for Momo.
And if I help you, you help me, right?
Momo know Kate is kind. Kate draw mammoth for Momo. Then Momo tell Kate secret.
You've got a secret?
First, draw mammoth for Momo.
Do you know if Anna came here often with Hans?
Momo want mammoth picture, like Hans' picture.
What's going to happen to you now that Anna is gone?
Momo big now. They want Momo live at inn. Momo don't want. Momo take care of Momo.
From what I've seen, you look pretty resourceful. It must be fascinating to live in a village full of automatons.
Automatons made by hands. Difficult work. When Momo big, he do like hands. Momo friend of automatons.
Tell me, Momo, did you come here a lot with Anna?
Anna like Momo. Anna like Hans. Anna on journey.
Tell me, Momo, I heard about a cave. You look like a smart little fellow. You wouldn't know where it is, would you?
Draw mammoth for Momo.
Okay, here's the deal. I draw you a mammoth, and you tell me about the cave, okay?
But first, draw mammoth for Momo.
Momo, I've got to go now. But see you later, maybe.
What was the Wi-Fi password again? It's green what?
Green
Park. Green Park what?
2:30.
Green Park, right?
Yes.
Momo, I've got something else I want to ask you.
Momo listening.
Momo, I've got to go now. But see you later, maybe.
And now we just give it to everybody on YouTube.
These shelves look as if they're made for valuable objects.
Train I came in on.
I don't need to do that again.
I am going to save my game.
What?
I'm gonna watch it with you.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm going to save my game. And well, this is part 1. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
He just recorded himself getting. I'm gonna watch it with you.